These suspicious artifacts should have never been discovered. Once in a while, archaeologists, and sometimes amateur archaeologists, make some bizarre and remarkable discoveries. Sometimes, the findings are amazing and surprising, defining their value. But sometimes, they are something that leads us to think about what it is, how it existed, and more. And besides all, some discoveries led the archaeologists to think about why they discovered such a thing. Today's video is all about such suspicious artifacts that they think should have never been discovered. So to know about these artifacts, watch to the end. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such uploads. Here we begin. High-quality jadeite tool. Jadeite is hard rock, from opaque to translucent, from 300 to 900 CE. The high-quality translucent jadeite was reserved for the elaborative jadeite plaques, earrings, and figurines for royalty and other elite members. However, some discovered the 1,200-year-old jadeite tool at one of the 110 ancient salt-working sites, Ekwe Nao. The salt workers and some entrepreneurs were able to retain high-quality tools for their craft through the production as well as distribution of a basic biological necessity, salt. Salt was highly in demand for the Mayan diet, and they discovered that it was available in a storable form of wealth. It was an essential preservative for meat or fish. The site, Ekwe Naontu, is made of high-quality jadeite, which is surprising given its texture. The translucent appearance of the tool results from the tightly woven grains in the material, making the tool durable and desirable. Moreover, a wooden handle intact was also recovered there. Analysis of the wood showcased that it was made from Honduran rosewood. Jadeite artifacts of Mayan sites are associated with ceremonial or ritual locations, with high-quality jadeite reserved for elite things. The high-quality discovery is surprising and offers new insight into the classic Mayan exchange system, mysterious Gotland grooves. Sweden's island of Gotland. Around 3,600 known prehistoric grooves on stones are scattered. Around 600 are scored in the limestone bedrock. The remaining are found on 800 other stones. So are they part of an ancient astronomical observatory? Well, the island is an old place and had Neolithic structures dating back 3600 BC and more. Various are complexes and include stone rows, circles, and dolmens. Most of them were discovered to be astronomical alignments, and some have something to do with the moon. Still, others are also aligned for major events of the sun and will have possible connections to stars, planets, as well as constellations. The groove's lengths vary from 0.5 to 1 meter, and it is 5 to 10 centimeters wide to 1 to 10 centimeters deep. The essential feature of this groove is its alignment, and some studies showcase that grooves on stone are not parallel. Somehow, they are orientated in different directions, and some even cross others. Moreover, on any specific stone, the grooves are not orientated randomly, but seem to follow a particular orientation pattern, which may change from groove to groove. Who created these stones? Were the creators nomads wandering the island and creating new stones? Many questions are left unanswered, but there are some other sites as well that have similar stones. One such place is Simon's yacht on the Wee, where the grooves are running down, and many people believe these markings are formed by rainwater, but are somehow artificially cut, as some believe. Satanic plaque. Archaeologists were known after the remains of the altar and the pagan metal plaque were discovered above the St. Margaret's Loch in Winey Hill. Experts further confirmed this ornate metal plaque to be pagan. The metal depicted two figures, a male figure with horns as well as a female figure with a surrender pose, and it was all set in a pentagram shape inside the circle. The pentagram symbolizes paganism and is used in worshiping the devil. The second find was the altar, displaying objects found next to the plinth that was both buried beneath the topsoil. The guardians of the historic environment Scotland called the scientists after these were found. Still, it was surprising that they were removed by an unknown person before investigating the site. As a result, there is now just a concrete plinth and holes in the turf. The plaque was likely pagan after the images were displayed, and the points of the pentagram depict the four elements: fire, water, earth, and air. The two figures are the goddess of water and the horned god. Numerous runestones are embedded in the concrete triangle around the plaque and some small figures. Scientists said it was against the pagan tradition to use concrete in any ritual, as only natural elements like stone or wood should be used. The pentagram was associated with paganism, but it was used by different groups, including the branches of paganism and Satanism. Maya Batman suit. What about one of the bat figures that imposed power in Mesoamerican mythology? Camazotz. It means death bat, which originated deep in Mesoamerican mythology as a dangerous cave-dwelling bat creature. The cult following the creature began with the Zapotec Indians of Mexico. The figure was adopted into the pantheon of the Maya Quiji tribe, and the legends of the bat god were recorded in its literature. Bats are menacing creatures in various cultures and are nocturnal and associated with night, that is, death. For example, in the Maya culture, the bat god Camazotz was linked to death. Camazotz is the name of a monstrous creature. They inhabited a cave known as the House of Bats in Popol Vuh. Most scholars suggest that it was inspired by the vampire bat, but others believe it was based on the giant vampire bat that went extinct during the Holocene. Zotzilla, the ancient Mayan mythological text in the Popol Vuh, was the name of the cave inhabited by the Camazotz, who was a popular monster with a humanoid body. The monster was also popular as he was not fully human, but had a head of a bat, a nose resembling a flint knife, and more. So, he was half human and half bat. He attacked victims by their necks and decapitated them. In Popol Vuh, it is recorded that the creature decapitated Hunahpu, the Maya hero. He is also one of the 4 animal demons responsible for wiping out mankind during the age of the first sun. Also, there arose a question of whether Dracula inspired the story of Camazotz. So, if Dracula had been 25% larger, it would have been acquired more blood and attacked massive animals and humans. Hence, it is undoubtedly an attack by a bat that would give rise to the legends of supernatural monsters. The fossil evidence only suggests that Dracula may have coexisted with humans for various years in America, and legends of bat-like monsters make it a plausible connection. Mysterious shipwreck artifacts. To your surprise, a massive sum of $168,000 USD has been pledged to deep scan a hoard of mysterious artifacts on England's coast. The chief executive of Historic England said the generous grant will place the place at the forefront of heritage X-rayology for various years to come. As an example of how the new equipment will be used, numerous artifacts were recovered from the Ryswick shipwreck that sank off the coast of Kent in 1740 AD and was loaded with trading goods like a hoard of silver coins, a chest of metallic thimbles, and more. Most of them were covered in concentrations caused due to hard mineralization. This was discovered when some divers investigated the 300-year-old shipwreck and found coins sewn into people's clothing. This provided them an insight into the lives of ordinary people in the 18th century and demonstrated the rich maritime heritage of Kent. The Ryswick vessel from the Tudor period and sank in the winter of 1740. It was discovered in 2018 on the bed of an English channel, having struck the Goodwin Sands, the popular shipping hazard known as the Great Ship Swallower. The vessel had 237 passengers and crew who were all lost, and they took heavy cargo of iron, silver bullion, cut stones, and more with them. The archaeologists discovered silver coins around 85 feet deep on the seabed. Many also had holes drilled so they could be attached to their clothes, as transporting currency was somehow prohibited at the time. Also, it was later found that this investigation led to a better understanding of the wreck and established a way forward for the future management of the remains. Lead sarcophagus. Earlier, Spanish archaeologists working in Grenada's downtown were going for their routine excavation in a historic building when they found some relics from the Muslim and Christian period. But the surprising thing for them was to find a Roman period-led sarcophagus. So it was luck or their intuition that led them to this discovery. They could have stopped their work since they didn't expect such a thing that is an ancient relic from the medieval period anyway. The coffin from which this relic was found measures 1.97 meters in length, 40 centimeters in height, and a bit wider at the head than at the foot end. Also, it weighed around 300 to 350 kilograms, which makes it a big find. The sarcophagus was dated to the 2nd or 3rd century AD, but there was no apparent inscription for the proper dating. Nevertheless, the archaeologists have expressed strong hope that there is a body inside the sarcophagus, and they were lucky enough to recover textiles or personal items buried with the body, though the coffin has not been opened yet. If there were human remains, they will be sent to the Forensic Archaeologists Laboratory at Grenada University for further analysis. And if they discover the content of the sarcophagus, They would use that to discover more about the burial rituals during the Roman period. Let us know your views in the comments below.